Hey guys, Ron Harris here, MD, online editor with some breaking news. New York Pro was rescheduled a couple times, as a lot of you might know. It was originally supposed to happen back in May in the original location in New York. With the situation in New York with COVID-19, a new date was set for New Jersey, September 5th. However, New Jersey not doing very well either with COVID and opening things up again. In fact, New York and New Jersey are the only two states in the United States of America that have not opened gyms at all yet. So things were looking very dire, very grim. I was talking to a lot of athletes, that were thinking about New York Pro, but they didn't want to commit to it because it just didn't seem very certain the event was gonna be held due to these restrictions. And it's not up to the promoters, it's up to the governors of each state as to what they allow in terms of sporting events, public gatherings, and things like that. And New York was grim that wasn't going to happen September 5th. New Jersey wasn't looking much better, and here we were 4 weeks out from the show, and just now an announcement on the IFBB Pro League Instagram page by promoter Steve Weinberger. If you can go check that out and hear his video. But there's some text underneath it in a post, and it says, New York Pro head south. Same date, Saturday, September 5th. Update, the 2020 IFBB New York Pro will now take place in Tampa, Florida on the same date. Yes, I do seem pretty amazed at that. Saturday, September 5th. Due to the current COVID-19 restrictions in New York and New Jersey, promoter Steve Weinberger, in conjunction with the IFBB Professional League, felt this contest was too important not to happen. I totally agree. After the Olympia and the Arnold, New York Pro is certainly the next big thing. Many options were explored to keep this contest in the Northeast, but it just was not feasible. After the success of the 2020 IFBB Tampa Pro, which I was at last weekend, great show, Tim Gardner, congrats. The option to move south for 2020 was explored and deemed the best solution available. For those of you down south that have always wanted to see the IFBB New York Pro in person, now is your chance. The venue will have limited seating following Florida CDC COVID-19 protocols for the venue. Due to this limited seating, there will be no +1 tickets for the competitors. And I can tell you from the Tampa Pro that I was just at, it was 50% capacity seating. So they were allowed to sell 50% of the seats. They were staggered all around with plenty of room to walk. It was actually pretty easy to walk through there. So that's how they're going to do it. The venue, blah, blah, blah. Due to this limited seating, there will be no +1 tickets for the competitors. IFBB Professional League athletes, now is your chance to compete in one of the most prestigious contests in the sport and punch your ticket to the 2020 IFBB Professional League Olympia this December by winning. Place winners will earn more Olympia Qualification Series points. Divisions that will compete at this contest: men's open bodybuilding, men's 212 bodybuilding, classic physique, men's physique, women's open bodybuilding, women's physique, figure bikini, an extra special. Oh, I cut it off. Olympia judging panel is going to be there. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're going to have wellness or fitness, but they have. Looks like all the other divisions are there. So yeah, this is pretty big news. There was talk about moving the New York Pro. Obviously, Jersey's not New York, but it's been held there before. There was talk about moving it to Boston. I heard Connecticut was something they were looking at venues, but nothing was working out. Tampa, Florida in general, they're just more welcoming. They're having events. They're just being, observing all the guidelines. We all had to wear masks. Like I said, we were observing social distancing. The seating was staggered. So everything went off without a hitch in Tampa for the Tampa Pro. And I'm sure the successful promotion of Tim Gardner's Tampa Pro did play a factor into Steve's final decision. I'm sure he must have been looking at this venue for a little while, though, if he announced it today. But good news, the New York Pro. I mean, a lot of us were worried there was going to be no New York Pro this year, and that's a very big, significant show. A lot of people, they really want to win that title. Only downer is that it's not going to be in the New York, New Jersey area, and it's a different crowd, it's a different vibe. And for all the athletes traditionally who compete from that area, they always enjoy, that hometown feel of having their friends and family in the crowd. But you know what? A lot of them can hop on a plane down to Florida. It's going to be fine, guys. So Tampa, Florida will be the location for New York Pro. And I remember this hotel, the Marriott on Water Street, was actually a very, very nice hotel. That's where they had Tampa Pro in 2018 while the Grand Hyatt Hyatt was under renovations or something like that. Very nice place. It was right on the water. Tons of restaurants around. There's a convention center next door. They were having Comic-Con there last time I was there in 2018. So good news, guys. New York Pro is a go. It's not New York. It's not New Jersey. It's in Tampa, Florida. MD, we will be there covering the action for sure. Love it down there. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.